Anya, you got a minute? I need to talk to you about something.
Why, what do you want, Bruce? I'm having lunch with my friend right now.
I'm sorry, it won't take long. I hate to bug in when you're busy, but it's super important.
Make it quick. My luxury steak will be arriving any time now. It's hardly gonna taste good if it goes cold now, is it? Come on, out with it already. This better be good. Do you understand how valuable my time is?
Look, the thing is, I got fired from my job.
Excuse me?
Remember how I told you about my boss who hates my guts? The one who's had it in for me since day one? Seems like he didn't understand what kind of work we IT engineers actually do. He's been calling us all useless deadweights for months. It was mostly behind our backs until now. But last week, a new CEO stepped up. That new CEO decided the company needed to undergo some personnel reorganization in order to bring down costs. As part of that reorganization, my boss pitched the genius idea of laying off every single IT engineer because we were useless and don't contribute anything to the company. The new CEO, who I can only conclude is more tech illiterate than my grandma, believed his lies, resulting in every single IT engineer being laid off today, me included.
What? Are you telling me you're unemployed?
They told me to finalize all the handover paperwork this week, so I'll carry on working until the end of the month. But they said I won't be getting paid for any of it, which means, yeah, starting today, I guess I'm unemployed.
This can't be happening. What the hell is going on?
Right? Seriously, what the hell's going on? I've always had a gut feeling their corporate practices were shady. I guess I just didn't think too much of it because it never affected me, until now.
No, I mean you! What the hell are you doing?
Huh?
You got fired from your job? How dare you? What do you plan on doing about it? What about the new luxury bag I bought yesterday? That cost me $1,500. Is it gonna pay for itself? What about the huge house we were gonna have built? Is it gonna build itself? What about the flights and accommodations for my holiday with my friends next month? Are they going to book themselves? What about cash withdrawals from your bank card? Are they gonna materialize out of goddamn thin air? Where am I gonna get my money from now? Do you seriously think it's acceptable to get fired?
Just try to be rational about this for a minute, Anya. I'm not gonna be making any money at all for a little while. At least until I find another job. So we're gonna have to tighten our belts a little. That means only spending on absolute necessities.
Oh my god, how dare you! This has got to be some kind of sick joke.
I'm sorry, babe, I really am. It's not all bad, though. There's a major shortage of IT engineers across several industries right now. I don't think it'll take me very long at all to find something else. All we have to do is survive in the meantime. It'd help so much if you got a part-time job, too. Can you do that for me, babe? Will you support me through this? I'm gonna find something new as quickly as I possibly can. I'm 100% committed. I know this is tough, but I just know that if we work as a team, we can get through it. We can get through anything. Let's work together and show the world what we're made of.
I want a divorce.
Huh?
I can't be married to some unemployed loser. Me? Get a part-time job? You must be out of your mind. I could never bring myself to do something so embarrassing. Can you imagine if my friends saw me working some supermarket job meant for poor people? I'd never live it down.
Wow, come on. Anya, really? Are you really being like this?
I don't want to tighten my belt like some destitute bum. I have a right to spend money, and I do not intend on relinquishing it. I have no interest in going out of my way to find a job where I'd probably have to work alongside high school dropouts to support my penniless wet noodle of a husband. I'd sooner divorce than downgrade my standard of living. I want a divorce now.
What? Come on, you can't mean that, Anya. Seriously, you'd throw away our marriage over this? You've been spending my money like it grows on trees this whole time. You buy luxury bags, jewelry, you're always eating out with your friends, you go on holidays, and all on my dime. Then, the moment I get fired, you toss me out like some piece of garbage?
Duh, obviously. The only reason I married you in the first place was because you had a decent salary. Face it, I've always been out of your league. If you don't have any money, that leaves your value to me at precisely 0. Please tell me why any woman in her right mind would stay with you to deal with the mess you've made. What use is an ATM with no money in it?
Don't say things like that! I'm not an ATM. I'm a human being. We've been married for 3 years, damn it. Is that all I was to you this whole time? Did you never love me?
No. What I loved was spending your money. You're useless to me without that. You've outlived your use. I'm going to live with Mommy and Daddy. I'll leave the divorce papers on the table in the living room. You better make damn sure you hand them in ASAP. Goodbye.
Anya, please! Just give me one more chance, please! I'm begging you!
Bruce, pick up. This is urgent.
What is it? What do you want?
You don't have to speak to me like that. Look, I just bumped into one of your friends. She said you were climbing the corporate ladder and doing really well for yourself now. She said you are a manager? Your salary must be through the roof. Is it true you're living in the new luxury apartment block on Splendor Row? What on earth is going on, Bruce? I thought you got fired.
Whoopsie! Looks like I've been found out. Who was it? Who let the cat out of the bag?
Explain yourself. This isn't acceptable and you need to explain yourself at once.
I was sure it'd be at least a year before you found out. Oh well, there's no use hiding anymore. All right, I confess. The thing is, I lied about everything.
Huh?
To tell you the truth, I was never unemployed. I was hand-handed by one of my old co-workers from my last job.
Huh? What does that mean? Tell me.
It means I was never really unemployed at all. I lied. I mean, I did get fired, so I didn't lie about that bit. My boss really did call the IT engineers useless, and he really did fire us all in one fell swoop of blind idiocy. But coincidentally, on the very same day, I got an email from my old coworker inviting me to join his company. Apparently, he only got it up and running a few months back, but it was already growing at a mind-blowing pace, and their limited number of employees were struggling to keep up with demand. My skill set meant I required no training, so I was an immediate asset. And I was even offered a position as an IT manager, which meant my salary went up too. I didn't need to hear any more. I accepted immediately. Not only did I feel great about finally getting away from the boss whose hobby was treating me like crap, but it was great to be given the opportunity to work for my old coworker and friend at a company that would actually respect and appreciate me for my talent. It was a no-brainer based on that alone. But when I heard about how generously they were willing to pay me, I was over the moon. I'm surfing a wave of success and no one can bring me down.
But wait, this doesn't make any sense. Why did you tell me you got fired and were gonna be unemployed? You said you wouldn't be making money anymore. Why didn't you tell me you got headhunted by your friend?
I lied to you on purpose.
What? On purpose?
I intentionally told you I was unemployed in the hope that you would divorce me. Honestly, though, I had no idea it'd be that easy.
What? You did it because you wanted to divorce me? Why? Weren't you happy? What did I do?
Because I was sick of you wasting all my money. We'd barely been married 5 minutes when you suddenly quit your job without telling me and decided you were going to be a stay-at-home housewife. You went out with your wannabe celeb friends every single day for luxury dinners and lunches, or to the salon for manicures so expensive they could solve world hunger. You bought what seemed like the same goddamn jewelry and bags costing $1,500 a piece on a weekly basis. You went on more holidays than a Hollywood socialite. Basically, you did whatever the hell you wanted with my money, whenever you wanted, without any regard for how I might feel about it. You said you were going to be a stay-at-home housewife, but even then, you hired a housekeeper and left everything for her. Try putting yourself in my shoes for a moment. What's the point of having a wife like that?
It wasn't my fault. What was I supposed to do? All my friends' husbands are celebs who make over $100K a year. A woman has to keep up with the Joneses. What would you have me do? Be ostracized? Ugh, why am I even bothering? You can never understand.
That's right, I don't. I warned you countless times to stop wasting my money. I may as well have been speaking to a brick wall. You barely even acknowledged me, let alone had any intention of curbing your reckless habits. Which is why I thought it'd be useless to raise the issue of divorce since you'd only have ignored that too. I figured my only option was to scheme my way out. Thinking about it logically, I came to the conclusion that if my only value to you was my wallet, then if my wallet disappeared, you'd be more than happy to divorce me. and we probably wouldn't even fight over it. Man, did I hit the bullseye! It was a little embarrassing at the time, but I thought my whole beg like a clingy, desperate loser act at the end was worthy of an Oscar. Maybe I should take up acting as a side hustle.
Wait, this means that basically you tricked me? You lied, schemed, and contrived your way into a divorce.
To be completely honest, yes. Yes, that's exactly what I did. And now that we're divorced, I'm finally free! I no longer have to deal with you. I no longer have to deal with my abusive jerk of a boss. I get to work at a company where I'm valued and respected, and in a higher position to boot. No longer having to deal with your parasitic behavior means I get to spend every cent of my salary myself. Now I'm living a life carefree comfort in my luxury apartment with my adorably cute cat. I'm having the time of my life. Things have genuinely never been better, and I'm so happy.
Bruce, please. Listen, honey, I've been doing some thinking, and I think that maybe I misunderstood you.
Excuse me?
Well, now that you mention it, you are really hardworking and good at your job. Anyone who could find a new job so immediately after getting fired must be super smart and talented. I'm really proud of you for all you've done, honey. I was so shocked when you told me you got fired that I just couldn't think straight. I don't know what came over me when I said all those things. It was just the stress and worry talking. I never meant any of it. I'm really sorry. I regret divorcing you, babe. It was the biggest mistake of my life. What do you say? Shall we give it another shot? Let's get remarried.
You've gotta be kidding me. Why? No way! Why would I do that? Who voluntarily reinfects themselves after getting rid of a parasite? I would literally have to be insane to even consider remarrying you.
Look, Bruce, the thing is, something happened. I did initially move back in with my folks, but my dad had a stroke last month. There was no danger to his life, but we were told he would need constant care for the foreseeable future. I thought Mom would try forcing me to be his carer because I don't have a job. So I did what anyone would do and escaped in the night while they slept. I'm staying at a hotel for the time being, but it won't be long before the money dries up completely. That's why I'm begging you, Bruce. Please, let's give us another shot.
Absolutely not. You're clearly only interested in my money. Who in their right mind would oblige something so outlandish? Are you even aware of how ridiculous you are? We're divorced, and that's the end of it. We ain't getting back together. If there's even a shred of decency hidden away anywhere inside of you, you'll move back in with your parents and look after your poor dad.
No, I won't go back there. I don't want to be some old man's carer. That's disgusting. Bruce, please. I'll save up your money and do as much housework as possible this time, I swear. I can change. Let me prove it to you, baby. I'll do anything, I swear. Just take me in.
Not happening. I have no interest in associating with such a gold digger. You're vile. Anyway, I'd love to carry on chatting, but I have a super important meeting to make soon. It's with my cat. I have to tickle his belly to give him some milk. Bye-bye!
Please, wait, I'm begging you. Just one more chance, that's all I ask. Let me just show you how sorry I am. Bruce!
After using up the last of her savings on the hotel, Anya could no longer afford to stay there. She was dragged out kicking and screaming by security and had no choice but to go back and live with her parents. Apparently, in return for caring for her dad, they're allowing her to live with them. Very kind after her midnight vanishing act, don't you think? I heard from a friend that she looks about 10 years older and is leaving the house less and less these days. If I had to guess, I'd say it's due to a combination of the stress of not being used to caring for her aged father and no longer having any money of her own to spend. Oh yeah, by the way, as for the company that fired me, with no one left to carry out maintenance and testing on the servers, bugs and errors started popping up left, right, and center. And it got to the point where the company computers were basically unusable. Daily life at the office was plunged into chaos, and even regular employees were no longer able to do their jobs. I received countless messages from my old boss begging me to come back, but decided to exact some petty revenge by intentionally leaving them on red and answering their calls, but then hanging up after a few seconds. I'd like to say the same thing to both my old company and my ex-wife. The biggest fish is always the one that gets away.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.
Hello, Rita. You there? Hurry up and pick up, would you? Come on, pick up, would you? I don't have all day.
I'm sorry, Mother. I was just doing the laundry. Is there something I can help you with?
You're always way too slow, Rita. How many times have I told you to answer me on the first call? I told you to keep your mother-in-law's line a priority. I don't have all day to wait for you to reply, for God's sake.
Yes, ma'am. I'm really sorry about that. Like I said, I was doing the laundry, and I also left my smartphone in my bag and didn't notice that you had texted me, and...
Yeah, I don't want to hear your usual excuses. Just be more careful next time. Keep the phone in your back pocket or something. Use your head.
Right. I'll keep that in mind. So, what can I do for you, Mother?
I want you to come over to my place, right now.
Right now? You want me to go over to your place?
I want you to clean the stairs. It's gotten a bit dusty and I don't want to slip on it. Plus my back is killing me and I don't want it to get worse. So I want you to come over here and clean it up.
Mother, have you forgotten? You do remember that I sprained my ankle the other day while cleaning your windows. You know, slipped off that old ladder?
Oh, really? Did you? Wasn't that like a year ago?
It was 2 days ago, Mother. How could you forget that?
Anyways, what's a little sprain? You're making a big thing out of nothing. Cleaning the stairs doesn't require you to climb up a ladder. A little ankle sprain won't be a bother.
Actually, it swelled up quite a bit. The doctor said I shouldn't put pressure on it for a few days. Besides, with you nearby, I really worried what you might do.
Huh? What are you trying to imply?
I can't believe you already forgot, Mother. I was carrying that big jug of laundry detergent up the stairs when you came up behind me and bumped me out of the way. I just about tumbled down those stairs. I was able to catch my balance just in time. If I had this sprained ankle then, I would have ended up at the bottom of those stairs. So, no way I'm taking a chance in this condition. To be honest, I'm frightened that I might get injured.
That was totally your fault. You were climbing those stairs right when I was super busy. You're always so slow. I'm really offended that you would blame me for your ineptness.
I can't trust someone who simply shrugs and casually brushes aside what could have been a serious injury. All you said was, "Oh, sorry about that." You showed zero remorse. I don't feel comfortable working around you. There, I said it.
My, being a little rude this morning. I can't believe I'm stuck with such an ill-mannered daughter-in-law.
I don't plan to be your maid who jumps whenever you come calling. So, yeah, you can call me ill-mannered or smart alecky or whatever you want. Be my guest.
I cannot believe you, Rita. I never expected such a crass daughter-in-law. What was my son thinking, marrying you? Such an insolent woman. I never should have consented to this marriage. I really should have gone with my instincts. But there's no turning back now. I'm going to teach you a little about being a proper daughter-in-law. I'm headed over there right now. Get ready for some real training. I'll make you into a well-mannered daughter-in-law, so help me God.
You can come over if you like, but I won't be here.
Huh? What do you mean you won't be there?
I won't be there because I'm not living there anymore. I moved out.
What do you mean you moved? Oh, wait. I get it. So it finally came down to this. I see. Kevin finally had enough of you. Well, I don't blame him.
Huh? What are you talking about?
No need to ask me. I'm all for you guys getting divorced. I'm surprised it didn't happen sooner. But I will tell you right now, I will not give up little Dave. He's my precious little grandson. He's not going anywhere. Unlike her mother, he's an angel. The future head of our household. I'll bring him up myself. I'll take care of him as if he were my very own son.
Right. I'm afraid you got it all wrong, Mother. You really do have your head in the clouds. For your information, we all moved away. Kevin and Dave included.
Huh? What are you saying?
Well, it seems your son, Kevin, has had it with your mistreatment of me. No matter how many times he has warned you about it, you failed to heed his warnings. It just so happened that his company was looking for someone to work on the East Coast, and he grabbed at the chance. And Dave just finished junior high. It'll be a good chance for him to continue high school in a new location, make new friends. It'll be a wonderful change for him. We're even thinking about buying a house there. It's a very nice area. Bit cold in the winter, but a beautiful neighborhood.
What? Are you out of your mind? Do you really think I will allow this? Well, I'm not.
I don't think you have any right to say that after how you treated me over the years. I am so relieved to be free of your bullying. Goodbye.
If that's the case, I will move to the East Coast too, wherever that may be. I'll sell this place and move in with you.
Sorry, we have no intention of telling you where we live.
Just tell me the address right now.
Sorry, can't do that. Sorry, goodbye.
Hello, Rita. I finally found you guys. It looks like you're all out this morning. Family outing or something? Nice house. When you get back, I'll start on that daughter-in-law etiquette training we talked about. Marine boot camp will seem like a day in the park after I'm done with you.
Mother? What's this all about? What's wrong with you?
Oh, Rita, welcome back. I was waiting for you.
Cut the crap, Mother. What are you doing barricading yourself in one of our rooms? Are you out of your mind?
I take it you read that letter I left on the living room table.
That's why I'm texting you. Just cut this crap and come out of that room right away.
Not until you agree to my terms. I'm not coming out of here until then. I will resist you for however long it takes. I've got enough rations to last me a month.
If you mean you want to live with us, that's not going to happen. How did you find out where we lived anyways? I didn't tell anyone where we moved to, except for my folks and your husband.
Well, there was a key on my husband's keychain, one I hadn't seen before. Figured it was yours. As for finding out this address, I stalked out your parents' place for days until one day I lucked out. Actually, it was what I was waiting for.
What do you mean, lucked out? What are you talking about?
Did you recently send a small package to your parents?
You're kidding me. Did you steal our mail?
Please, I'm not a thief. All I did was take a look in the mailbox, used my smartphone to snap a picture of the address label. I didn't take anything. I put the package right back where I found it.
What the hell are you doing? You've totally lost it.
You took my grandson away from me. It's not normal. A grandmother should be able to see her grandson anytime she wants. That's the way it just is.
You belong in a mental facility. This is not normal. I'm going to call the police. Just come out of that room right away.
Oh yes, this room, it must be yours by the looks of it. You really have horrendous taste.
What?
This room looks like it's used by a 6-year-old. So messy, clothes strewn about everywhere, snacks everywhere. Besides, a housewife does not need her own room. A wife sleeps with her husband. Therefore, this room shall be mine. And all the stuff in this room, all these posters and plastic models, oh yeah, and all those comics and DVDs in the closet. I put all that junk into a garbage bag and took it out by the side of the road this morning. I'm sure it's all gone by now. And good riddance.
You must be kidding. Tell me you're kidding.
I'm not kidding. Why would I kid about that? That's just an awful hobby of yours. Comics and DVDs. What are you, a teenage juvenile? You're a married woman with a child. This kind of infatuation with comics and DVDs, it just doesn't set a good example for my grandson. Well, think of this as the first step in your training, getting rid of all this junk.
Dave is with me right now. He's seething with anger.
Huh? What do you mean?
Grandma? This is Dave.
Oh, Dave, my dear grandson, I'm so sorry to barge in like I did. I had no other choice. I wanted to see you so badly. I hope you understand. Your mother was so against me living with you. I really had no choice. But you don't have to worry anymore. You can now live with your grandma as you've always wanted. I can't believe that your mother would prevent you from seeing me. Anyway, let's put all that aside and have a nice comfortable life with me and Grandpa.
Is it true that you got rid of all the stuff in that room?
Yes, that's right, I did. Your mother is just unbelievable. I had no idea that she had such a reprehensible hobby. I mean, at her age? Please! She's a mother for God's sake, and I also can't see where she finds the time to have such a hobby. No wonder she never does anything properly. But all in all, it turned out okay. I'm just glad it didn't influence you negatively, now that I'm here.
Are you finished, Grandma? That room you're in? That's my room.
Huh? You mean, this is your room?
Are you serious about what you said? That you threw out all my stuff? The comics and figures that I took years to collect? My DVDs too? Please say it's not true.
This is your Dave's room? Not your mom's? Wait a second.
I would think it would be obvious. Any normal person would immediately realize it's a kid's room. What's wrong with you, Grandma? So let me ask you one more time. Did you seriously throw that stuff out?
Hold on a second. I was just, but your room is upstairs, I thought.
Mom and Dad use those rooms for their remote work. The Wi-Fi router is up there. They have better reception. My room's on the first floor.
Dave, don't worry. You really don't have to cover for your mother. The children usually have rooms on the second floor.
Like I said, my room's on the first floor.
Huh?
That room is next to the garage and the front driveway. You probably don't even know this, but I'm on the school basketball team. Actually, it was comics that got me interested in it. I wanted my room on the first floor so I could get out and shoot hoops whenever I wanted. Mom and Dad agreed.
Comics got you interested in basketball? So does that mean that those magazines and DVDs...
Like I've been saying, the room you barged into, that's my room. That stuff you threw out, that's all mine. My precious treasure that I've been collecting since I was in elementary school. How could you do that?
Huh? That can't be.
I want it back. I want all of it back. I bought all of that myself. I saved my allowance and bought all those things. And since getting into high school, I saved up money from my part-time job. And those comics, they're worth a fortune. I worked hard to get those. Some of them were super rare. Mom and Dad bought me some of that stuff for my birthday, too.
Huh? Please, Dave, I didn't mean to.
I want all of it back now! Right now!
But Dave, this kind of hobby, comics and all, it's all for geeks. You never get a proper girlfriend.
Are you serious?
That's right. Just think of this as a good opportunity. An opportunity to start a new and grown-up life. What'd you say?
What's that got to do with you throwing out all of my valuable possessions? And what's so bad about being a geek? All these recent tech guys were all geeks, even Bill Gates. Besides, how could you be so stupid as to confuse my room with my mom's? That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard someone do!
Well,
And about having a girlfriend, I'm already seeing someone.
Huh? You already have a girlfriend?
And it's none of your business whether I have a girlfriend or not. What's more, why don't you apologize? You don't even feel remorse for what you did. That's common sense, isn't it? You do something wrong, you apologize. Didn't they teach you that in school? Or does not apologizing mean you're going to get all my stuff back? Is that it?
Well, I can't.
I want it all back. Do you hear me? I want it all back.
Dave, listen.
I hate you, Grandma.
Huh?
I hate the way you treat Mom. You treat her like a slave. How could you be so cruel? I never liked how you treated her, but you did it this time. I couldn't sit back and watch you treat Mom like that any longer. Get the hell out of our house! I never want to see you again!
But Dave, please calm down. Let's talk directly and work things out. What'd you say?
I'm texting you online because I don't want to see your face. Don't you even get that?
Please, Dave. You're my grandson. My precious grandson would never talk to me like that.
Just get the hell out of our house!
Dave was so angry he could not stop texting her. I had to calm him down and pry his fingers off his smartphone. As I was doing so, my mother-in-law came sulking out of Dave's room. Right about then, my husband came home from work. My mother-in-law figured she had him on her side and quickly regained her composure and her confidence, but the look on my husband's face was not of pity, but of anger. He reprimanded her for her despicable behavior and her treatment of me. My husband dragged her out of the house and into his car and back home. About Dave's valuable collection, that amounted to an astonishing $8,000 due to some extremely rare comics and figures. Fortunately, he was able to get some of the items back before they were destroyed. My father-in-law paid for the damages, but insisted that she work to pay him back. Well, my mother-in-law finally realized that she treated me wrongly. I hear she's working at her part-time job every day to pay back her debts. Maybe she's finally learned her lesson.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.
Aubrey, you got a minute? What did you do with my work bag? Did you throw it away again?
Huh? I don't know. Why do you always suspect me of something?
Because you're always throwing my stuff away. You burned all the books and CDs from my bookshelf in the yard. You cut all the clothes from my closet into tiny pieces and threw them in the trash. It would be weirder if I didn't doubt you.
Do you seriously need to remember every little detail? Ugh, you're so cringy.
Never mind that. What did you do with my bag? All the documents for today's meeting were in there.
I threw it in the garbage at the neighborhood collection point on my way to volleyball practice this morning. If you don't hurry up and start sifting through the trash, the garbage truck will come and collect it.
What? Why would you do something like that?
Well, since you're a garbage dad, all of your personal belongings are garbage too. All I did was take out the garbage. If anything, you should be thanking me for being such a delightful daughter.
I don't know how you reached that conclusion. I'm fully aware that you hate me. To a degree, I've basically given up on you because I know you're going through a rebellious phase. But don't get carried away. I draw a line at throwing away my belongings.
Huh? Is the piece of garbage trying to say something to me? How dare you, you ugly, good-for-nothing piece of trash. You're the one who's getting carried away. In fact, I'm gonna tell Mom about this. You won't be getting any supper this evening.
It's no wonder you grew up to have such a wicked nature with your mom Chrissy enabling you by taking your side every time. But you're 15 years old now. It's time you stop behaving like such an immature brat. You do understand the difference between right and wrong, don't you?
Surely taking out the trash is a good thing. I do wish I could toss you in there along with it, but unfortunately I'm stuck with you.
If you're so intent on carrying out your malicious pranks, I have a couple of ideas on my own.
You think I'm scared of being threatened by garbage? Don't make me laugh. More importantly, I have morning volleyball practice now, so stop bothering me. Actually, just don't message me at all, garbage dad, okay?
Hey, Aubrey, what the hell is going on?
Oh, don't you dare talk to me. Did you not understand what don't message me at all means? Oh, you're so annoying.
Believe me, I'm not messaging you because I want to. But no matter how many times I message your mom, she does nothing but ignore me. So I had no choice but to message you instead. Now tell me, what the hell is going on? Why have all my belongings been tossed out in the yard? Not just that, but it looks like they got thrown out of the second floor window. My expensive speakers have been smashed to pieces. What's more, my keys don't work anymore and I can't get in the house. Did your mother change the locks?
Obviously, you no longer have the right to live in the same house as us. Me and Mom will be living just the two of us from now on.
Stop screwing me around, Aubrey. I know you both hate me, but this is taking it too far. You tossed all my stuff out in the yard. I can't get into my own house. Where the hell did you expect me to sleep? On a park bench?
Not my problem. But now that you mention it, a park bench would be perfect for a piece of garbage like you. Why don't you just go stay with your mistress?
My mistress? I don't know what you mean.
Don't play dumb. Mom told me all about your sordid behavior. You've been having an affair.
What? Me? Having an affair?
There's always a different lie. You have overtime or you're going drinking with a friend. You're cheating on Mom, aren't you? Mom said she saw you walking around with another woman. You can't worm your way out of it this time. Oh, you're the worst! I feel sick just knowing that you're my dad. I wish we weren't related. You're such a piece of trash. I wish the garbage collectors would put you in their truck and get rid of you once and for all.
Just slow down a minute. I'm not having an affair.
Oh, shut up. No one believes you, liar. I don't need a garbage dad like you.
Okay, I'll leave then. I'm not your real dad anyway.
Huh?
I've tolerated you for so long, but there's no need for me to keep up the charade anymore. If you two don't like me, then you're the ones who should leave. In any case, the pair of you are nothing but strangers to me.
Wait a sec. What does that mean? You're not my real dad?
I thought it would be in your best interest if you didn't know, so I kept quiet about it all this time. But the guy Chrissy cheated on me with is your real dad.
What? The guy Mom cheated on you with? Stop lying. You're the one who's having an affair. Stop trying to deflect responsibility.
That's the lie Chrissy brainwashed you with. I've never had an affair. There's also no evidence whatsoever to suggest that I have. On the contrary, there is evidence that proves Chrissy's affair. It was over 10 years ago now, but I kept hold of all the proof.
You've got to be lying. Mom wouldn't have an affair. She's not like that.
You were 1 year old when I discovered what she was up to. She'd been seeing her ex-boyfriend from her student days behind my back. Not only did she know you weren't my child, but she kept quiet about it and let me carry on thinking you were. Both of our families got dragged into the drama when it got out, and things got seriously messy. Both sides fought it out in a battle of epic proportions. I want a divorce! I don't want a divorce!
If it's like you say, and Mom really did cheat on you, and the guy she cheated on you with is my real dad, why did you stay with her this whole time? Why didn't you divorce her?
Well, to tell you the truth, it was because of you. Both mine and Chrissy's parents were opposed to the divorce. They insisted that the child shouldn't suffer the sins of the mother. They said that because I had already raised you for a year, you were as good as my own daughter. They somehow persuaded me to overlook what your mom did to me and continue raising you as my own. I was young back then, and I foolishly thought that I probably bore some responsibility for her drifting away from me. I did as our parents told me, and decided to try and rebuild the relationship for your sake.
That really happened? You did that for me?
But it was a total failure. Chrissy mistook my willingness to fix the relationship as forgiveness for what she did, and got completely carried away. She seemed to forget the fact that she cheated on me in the first place, and actually had the nerve to blame me for trying to divorce her. She took revenge by filling your head with lies about me. To top it all off, she tried to destroy your image of me once and for all by spearing me with cheating accusations. As a result, I've been treated like garbage by the pair of you for longer than I even remember. And now my personal belongings are getting thrown away, even though I was originally the victim in all this. I won't tolerate it anymore.
I had no idea about any of this. It's not like I remember being 1 year old. How was I supposed to know everything Mom said about you was lies?
It's true. There's no way you could have known. She brainwashed you from a young age, after all. It's only natural for a girl of that age to be close to her mother. That said, does your ignorance justify everything you've done to me? You're old enough to understand the difference between right and wrong now.
But
Don't bother. I'm done listening to your excuses. I have no intention of forgiving you, no matter what you say. These 14 years were a complete waste of time. Working like a dog while being abused by my cheating wife and a kid who's not even mine. I really am a sucker for putting up with it for so long. But no more. Goodbye.
no, wait! Where are you going?
I'll be staying at a hotel for the time being until I get my thoughts together. My belongings are all either broken or caked in mud, so I can't use any of them. My key no longer works, so I can't get into the house.
Just wait a minute. I'll come and let you in. Wait, please, let's just talk about this. Come home!
There's nothing for us to talk about. Besides, why would I want to live at a house with garbage like you and your mom in it? It's not the kind of place I could call home. I'll be making the necessary arrangements for the house, too.
The necessary arrangements? What does that mean?
It means I'm selling it. The house itself, the land it's built on, the furniture, everything.
What? Why?
Because I'm divorcing Chrissy, which means the two of you, being complete strangers, will be obliged to get out. A big detached house like that is too big for me to live in on my own. Plus, place is full of nothing but bad memories for me, so it's not exactly somewhere I feel like staying. I'm gonna sell it and move away.
You mean you're gonna kick me and Mom out on the streets? You'd go that far? Really? Where are we supposed to go if you kick us out? Are you saying we should sleep on a park bench?
Not my problem. Although now that you mention it, a park bench would be perfect for two pieces of garbage like you. Could always just go to Chrissy's parents' place, though. Since they're the sort of people who'd overlook their daughter's unfaithfulness and force me to tolerate a relationship that was clearly against my best interests, I'm sure they'll be more than ready to take full responsibility for you both.
But Grandma's house is in the middle of nowhere. I'd have to hop between about 5 different trains and buses to make it that far. There won't be any good schools, and I won't even be able to go shopping. Plus, I don't want to switch schools now. I like the one I'm at.
It's not like I'm saying you have to go live out in the sticks if it's inconvenient for you. If you don't want to do that, living with your mom, just the two of you, is always an option. Your mother is unemployed, though. So granted, your standard of living will drop dramatically. And far from just having to quit volleyball club, the chances of you even being able to go to high school would be slim.
Both options sound awful. No, I don't want to. Please, I'm begging you to come back. I'll never call you a garbage dad again. I'll never say anything mean at all. I'll be the perfect daughter. I might not be a real daughter, but you did raise me as your own for a whole 15 years. Surely that means we have a special bond. Would you really abandon your daughter like this?
I've never felt a particularly strong bond with you, so I really would. All I'm doing is throwing away my garbage ex-wife and her piece of trash daughter like the human waste you are. Just like how you've treated me all these years.
Oh my God.
Anyway, I won't be showing my face at the house for a while. I'll be making the preparations for the divorce and the selling of the house from the hotel. I suggest the two of you get your things together and get out.
Please wait. I'm sorry. I've treated you awfully. I'll never talk back to you again, I swear. Please just come back. I'm begging you, Dad.
Don't call me that. It makes me sick. After that, I put together some essential belongings and booked a room in a nearby hotel. My inbox was full of desperate messages from Aubrey and Chrissy begging me to come back, but I put my phone on mute and ignored them all. 3 days later, I called Chrissy and told her to meet at a nearby family restaurant, where I handed her the divorce papers. She broke down in tears, got on her knees, and apologized profusely while screaming, "Please forgive me!" But I told her if she didn't sign the papers, I'd take her to court, at which point she reluctantly scribbled her signature while crying floods of tears. In later discussions, we agreed to cancel out any child support payments as compensation for her breaking and ruining all my stuff. On top of that, I also plan on getting as much money as possible out of her for the property damage. Chrissy took Aubrey and moved in with her parents. Before we said goodbye forever, Aubrey clung to me as she cried, "No! I want to live with Dad!" But I remained quiet, shook her off, and saw the two of them out of my house for good. After I sold the house, I cut all ties with my own parents too. I bought a fairly large apartment not too far from work, and now I'm living my life there entirely as I see fit, in tranquil peace and quiet.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.